Hey everybody, Michelle here. So I got a Kringle order yesterday. This was probably the fastest I've ever gotten a Kringle order. Thank you, Kringle. So I ordered a let's see, four of the buy one get one half off candles. One of them was one that I've had before, although I haven't burned it, but I loved it so much on coal I went and got another one, the bigger one. And then three, which are new to me. And then I did get three reserve candles as well, two of which are from the new Floral launch, and one was from the Valentine's Day launch that I did not pick up the first time around. So, with that being said, I just finished a meeting from work, and my kids are going to be home in like 45 minutes, so I figured now would be the time to sniff these initially, and just kind of give a first sniff test, if you will, of these candles. Not all of them are new. Some of them have been around for a while, so forgive me if you've already smelled these, burned these, loved these, hate these, whatever. But these are all new to me, again, with the exception of that one candle. And with that being said, why don't we start with that one candle, just to get that, get that one out of the way, since I know I love it. All right, so the first one I picked up, and again, this is part of the buy one, get one half off sale, and that is Essentials. I love this label. I really do. It's just beautiful to me. I love citrus. Anything citrus is just, sorry, my nose is really itchy. And of course, it wasn't itching before I started to record, and it's itchy now. Of course. Anyway, so I love this label. I love anything citrus, especially in the summer months. So the notes on this are pear, grapefruit, peach, bergamot, violet, cedarwood, and musk. Not a stinker among them. I love all those scent notes. So it was guaranteed pretty much that I was going to like this. Now, the only thing that I don't know for sure is how it throws. I have not burned the first one yet. I bought it in a 3-wick first when they were having the 3-wick sale. And then I smelled it on cold and I loved it so much. I was like, okay, when these go on sale, I'm getting a 2-wick. So that's what I did. Um, so fresh. So fresh. I mean, I think it's probably the grapefruit that I smell the most of, but interestingly enough, like even though the grapefruit is such a strong scent, I do get a lot of the pear too, which you wouldn't expect. I mean, I would expect the grape to easily overpower the pear. And to be honest, I would have been okay with that. I love the scent of pear, don't get me wrong, but I also really, really love grapefruit. So if it had smelled mostly of grapefruit, I probably would have been okay with that. With that being said, this is better. The balance. Because the grapefruit, of course, is really tart. That pear sweetens it out so well. I really do love this one. I really do. And I'm hoping that they're as strong burning as they are on cold because it does pack quite a punch on cold. So I'm hoping that it performs well. I probably won't like that one for another month or two just because I'm a seasonal burner. So February, Valentine's Day, I burn a lot of chocolate, coffee, candy, some like champagne-y boozy scents. March, some like fresh grass, some florals. I'm not a huge floral fan, which will be interesting when I sniff these for the first time. I did read and watch some great reviews on them, but the caveat there is that the people who review them do tend to like florals. So we'll see. I'm hoping I at least like them enough to burn them and get through them. Anyway, so and then April, like florals, some Easter candles, some candy there as well. Anyway, and so on and so forth. I usually don't get to citrus until June, to be honest. Maybe a little bit in May if I'm feeling adventurous, but usually it's summer where I burn the citrus. Um, so maybe I'll get, overly anxious about sniffing some citrus and light them early. We'll see. We'll see if I go a little nuts. All right, so the next one I picked up in the BOGO sale is Over the Rainbow, and I know this one's been around for a minute. Um, this was a candle that I purchased kind of boldly. It's not really a scent that I would particularly gravitate towards, and the scent notes on this one are not on here, apparently. So I know it's melon. I do remember that, but let me see if I can pull up the scent notes here. And again, apologies if you're watching and you already have them memorized. I know this one's been around for at least a season. Um, all I remember is melon. That's all I remember about the scent notes. I don't even remember what kind of melon. I just remember melon. Okay. So this is melon, sea salt, ozone. Those are the top notes. And then mid of cantaloupe and honeydew. Okay, marine. And then base of melon, sweet, and green. So my fear when it comes to this candle is that it's going to be a little bit too sweet for me. Melons are tricky, and so are strawberries for me. Um, I find that a lot of candle companies, when they do melon and they do strawberry, it comes across very fake. Um, I'm not really sure why that is, whether they're just generally hard fragrances to do. I don't know. But to my nose, anyway, I have a hard time being pleased with those kinds of scents. Just because that's how they tend to smell to me most of the time when they're in candle form. So let's. I'm a little scared. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay, it doesn't smell fake to me, but it does smell really, really sweet. That's interesting too. Okay, so definitely melon. This is 100% a melon candle. I mean, I'm sure there's other scent notes in there. I've already forgotten the ones that I read. But this is melon. Um, and interestingly enough, I smell more honeydew than I do cantaloupe. Although the cantaloupe is definitely there. I would have thought the cantaloupe would overpower just because, like, typically it has a stronger scent than your average honeydew melon. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't smell fake, which is great, but it is really, really sweet. My mind's already racing. I'm trying to think about what I can temper the sweetness with in terms of like what other candle I can have going. Um, I'm not really sure what would pair well with a melon that wouldn't also be sweet. Um, interesting. I don't hate it. I very much like it. Um, I just need to figure out how to balance the sweetness a little bit. I mean, first, what I'll probably do is try it by itself and see. Sometimes it transforms and the sweetness really doesn't bother me. Again, I think I've mentioned on previous videos, I'm not a huge sweet candle person. I mean, I do like chocolate candles, the darker chocolate. Um, and I usually tend to pair chocolate candles with coffee candles to kind of temper that sweetness. I love the combo of coffee and chocolate. I'm burning Dalgona right now. Ooh, I love that candle. And it's funny because, side note, the Dalgona candle does not actually have coffee as a scent note, but I do smell it. It isn't so much in your face coffee scent as it is just kind of like you walk into a coffee shop and you smell like I don't know, you smell like the coffee bean with the froth and like the slight, like the mocha, and I don't know. I definitely get a coffee vibe without it being like specifically a coffee scent note candle. Anyway, but anyway, with that being said, I usually do pair my sweet candles with something a little more bitey, I guess. I don't know. That's not a real word. I don't know what I'm saying. But you know what I mean. Like just something that's a little bit more um I don't know, something that tempers the sweetness. Um, with that being said, this is not fake smelling, and I do appreciate that. It's a very clean melon scent. I mean, perfect for spring. And that's another thing. I would have thought that I would smell melon and I would want it as a summer candle, but for whatever reason, this is more spring to me. So I'll probably start burning this. I mean, probably maybe March or April. Um, so we'll see how that goes. And actually, over the rainbow, St. Patrick's Day. Maybe that's an excuse I need to start burning it in March. All right, so the third candle I picked up as part of the BOGO is Botanicals. And I know I mentioned that I am not a huge floral person, but there was a cha-ching scent note in this that made me want to grab it, and that is jasmine. Um, plus, I mean, the label. I have a similar, like, this gives me a similar vibe as the Essentials label, just really simple, clean, pretty. So anyway, the scent notes on this are Lily of the Valley. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Lily of the Valley, pink jasmine, rosewater, morning dew, orange blossom, hyacinth, green bamboo, lilac leaves, and meadow grass. Um, so yeah, there's a lot going on in here. So let's. Hmm, I like that. I like it. So again, I don't normally gravitate towards florals, but there are some scents that are just really nostalgic for me. And not even like from that long ago. So when we first moved into this house, so we live in North Carolina, on the coast. So we do have a lot of like different plants than you would see like more inland in North Carolina. Anyway, one of the plants we have that was growing when we bought the house was Confederate jasmine. And it was a really small plant when we moved in, probably only like 2 feet tall, something like that. And over the years, we've been here, ooh, nine, yeah, it'll be 9 years. The plant has grown. It's enormous. It's beautiful. And every like spring to summer transition, the blooms start to open and the smell. I mean, I can smell that enormous jasmine plant from like the street. If I have the windows down in my car and I'm pulling into my driveway, I can smell it. It's grown so we have a like a pergola outside, and it's grown over the pergola and it kind of drapes on top and over the sides, kind of like a curtain. It's beautiful. I love it so much. I don't even know. I would probably grieve if something happened to that. Like I would like I feel so close to this plant, and I don't feel that way about like any other shrub. I'm not a plant person. It's not my thing. I'm bad at keeping it alive. Fortunately, I have to do nothing, and this thing still lives. But anyway, so that's why I love the jasmine scent. And again, I gravitate towards that scent note, even though I'm not a huge floral fan. So with this one, I definitely smell the jasmine. I would say the jasmine and the lily of the valley are the biggest ones here. And I actually really like lily of the valley as well. I don't, I'm not a rose person. I don't really love rose scents. In fact, I would prefer carnations to roses in a bouquet. I have never loved the smell of roses, to be honest. So like there's very specific flowers that I gravitate towards. And lilies of the valley and jasmine are probably up there. The addition of orange blossom. I mean, I love orange. Like I love orange blossoms. I do have citrus trees as well, and the scent from orange. Like orange, lemon, like all the citrus trees when their blooms open, they smell amazing. I mean, just beautiful, sweet and pretty. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to smelling this one. And this one smells also very strong on cold, so hopefully that'll hold up later on. So the last one that I picked up is I don't even remember. Oh, okay. Yeah, this makes sense. So the last one I picked up in the BOGO sale was rosemary lemon. I love these labels. So the scent notes on this are herbs, lemon, jasmine. Ooh, look at that. Lime, orchid, peach, tea wood, and ylang. Lang. I wonder if the Y is silent. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. I need to Google that. In fact, I'm gonna do that now. So when I picked up this candle, it was kind of I don't know. It was like an obvious choice for me. I love lemon and lang. It's a tropical tree native to Southeast Asia. Oh, interesting. It's known for its fragrant star-shaped yellow flowers that have been used in perfume. Interesting. Okay, that's neat. Um, so when I first see rosemary lemon, I think of chicken, which is weird probably, but I have this recipe for chicken. Like I love like a lemon chicken with rosemary. So like and obviously I don't want it smelling like rosemary chicken. I don't want a candle that smells like that, but I do love the rosemary and lemon, even though that's where my head goes to is chickens. Yeah. But I love lemon candles. So, oh, that's nice. That's nice. It's primarily lemon. I mean, there is some rosemary in there. I can definitely smell it. But it is primarily a lemon candle. And you know what's weird? Like, so this reminds me of Lemon Pledge, but not in a bad way. I'm not like, ugh, gross. Like, I don't want my house. I don't want a candle that smells like a cleaner. Like, it reminds me of Lemon Pledge, but in a good way. Like, it's a clean, refreshing smell, but it's definitely like appetizing. It's not like sterile, if that makes sense. Um, this one's gonna be a good one. And again, lemon. I might burn this a little. Like lemons are forgivable, like early in the spring for whatever reason. Like oranges, grapefruits, that is strictly summer for me. Lemons are okay year round. I don't know my logic. It doesn't make any sense. But lemons are permitted really any time of year. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That one smells great. Okay, so getting into the three reserves, I'll start with the Valentine's Reserve Collection candle. This was one that did not pick up. I was thinking about it the first time, but when I made my first order, the only one that I picked up out of the three was Bittersweet. Because I thought that it would be more to my liking, and it is. I really do enjoy it. But then after seeing more reviews, I decided to pick this one up as well. And that one is Red Velvet. Um, it's a beautiful label. So typically, um, when a collection like this comes out, I may buy like one, maybe two of the candles. Halloween, I went a little nuts and got way more than that. But typically I like to see some of the reviews because it's so hard to tell from scent notes. And when you're looking at such a high price point, at least for me, I mean, like $34 for a candle is like, it's not a cheap candle. And I will happily pay it if I know I'll love it, but it's hard to buy it sight unseen, or smell unsmelled. Um, you know, Anyway, so that's just me being cautious, I guess. I'll usually like gravitate towards one or two that I'm almost certain I will love. And then occasionally I'll pick up like one or two stragglers down the road when I like see the reviews and hear a little bit more about them. And then when I feel more confident, I might pick up one or two more or all of them from a launch, depending upon how the reviews go. Anyway, so for this one, it's chocolate sweet, milk chocolate, cocoa, and vanilla cream. Um, I'm excited to smell this. Mm, that's nice. Well, I want to eat the smell, so that's a win. Yeah, this is actually really different from bittersweet. I'm looking around to see if I have it around me, but I don't. Oh, no, I do. It's actually right behind me. I want to kind of take a look and see how it differs here. So this is bittersweet. I have started burning this one. I think I've gone through 2 burns of this one. Yeah. So bittersweet is more like molten chocolate, like pure, undiluted, molten dark chocolate. Um, it's the scent that you'd expect when you walk into like a chocolate factory or like a chocolate shop. Or sorry, I recently watched Willy Wonka, hence Chocolate Factory. I mean, who calls them that anymore? But like a chocolate shop, um, like an artisanal chocolate shop. It's very uncomplicated. It's strong, potent, super chocolatey, very simple, elegant candle. Red Velvet, this one's a little bit more dynamic of a scent. There's more going on here. It's not just chocolate. Like I can tell, like I can smell, it's definitely a lighter chocolate. It is not a molten liquid chocolate. It is a chocolate that's been baked into a cake. This is very cakey. It is not pure chocolate. The vanilla cream is really light, and it's definitely not a frosting. Like the vanilla cream is more like a little bit of like sweetness in there. I can smell it, but it is not vanilla in the sense of like a buttercream or a frosting. It's incorporated nicely into the scent, but it is not a standout. It's not a cake and frosting. It's a little bit of vanilla cream to accent the cakiness, but it is not like a separate ingredient, if you will, in this. It does not, you cannot really separate out the chocolate from the vanilla cream. While you can smell it, it's definitely all combined in that one scent. It's not a frosting. And I did see some reviews where some people were disappointed because it doesn't have like the quintessential like cream cheese frosting that one would expect and a red velvet cake. Typically, it's okay though for me because I honestly think I prefer it this way. Generally, I don't love cream specific scents like a cream cheese or things of that nature. To my nose, like they often smell sour. And I don't know whether it's just me, but it's like a curdled milk smell. And I actually have a Goose Creek candle I'm burning right now that I despise. I actually have it really far away from me. Because it gives me that scent. And again, like, no knock on Goose Creek. I love a lot of their candles. I burn a lot of their candles. But this one, Sweet Tiramisu. So I'm Italian. I grew up in an Italian household and I have had my fair share of tiramisu. This is not it. I don't know what this is, but it is not tiramisu. It smells like curdled, like cream. Ugh, it's awful. Like, just dreadful. So, I mean, if you're loyal to tiramisu and you know what a tiramisu should smell like, save your money and don't get that candle because it will not smell like tiramisu. I'm sure it smells good to some people, and I actually think it was rated really well, which is why I was so surprised when I started burning it, and I was like, oh, no. I was betrayed by this candle. All right, so going into the last two, um, are my last two are my florals. Again, I did pick up two that I saw the most reviews on. I think these were the ones that I saw that were most reviewed. And I decided to pick them up. Again, kind of sight unseen, a little bit nervous. I'm not, again, not huge into florals, and I don't have a whole lot of experience with floral candles. Generally, I tend to gravitate towards the citrus, the woody, the, things of that nature, gourmands. So anyway, with that being said, so the first one I picked up is, I love the visual on this one, Midnight Dahlia. So from the reviews that I read from the ambassadors who kind of got this ahead of time, this is like a green scent, kind of mysterious, not like your typical floral. And when I heard not your typical floral, I was like, okay, all right, well, maybe that's the floral for me if it's not a typical floral. So the scent notes on this one, I was about to open it and stuff, and I got excited. So the scent notes on this are freesia petals, lily of the valley, fresh citrus, garden mint, green leaves, white jasmine, cedarwood, and musk. I do not like garden mint as a scent note, so we'll see how this goes. The reviews that I saw said that it was there, but not super potent. It's not like high up on my list like patchouli, where I really, really don't like it, but I don't tend to like fresh mint as a scent. So anyway, let's go ahead and check this one out. Ooh. Okay. It smells like Old Bay seasoning to me. It smells like Old Bay seasoning. Okay, so I know like not everybody is super familiar with Old Bay because like I grew up in Maryland and we got crabs. So we use Old Bay seasoning a lot on stuff. This on first sniff smells like Old Bay. It smells like Old Bay on a hot day right before you dump the container of the seasoning onto a bunch of crabs. I'm trying to get past it. Um, I'm hoping that this transforms upon burning because it has never been my dream to own an Old Bay candle. I love Old Bay on fries, crabs, you name it. I will season my food with it, but I do not want a candle um, that smells like Old Bay. Okay, well, for starters, this is not your typical floral. I think that is safe to say. I have a weird nose sometimes that makes associations that I think normal people's noses do not. Um, it was like the sprinkled macarons from Kringle candle. When I opened that candle for the first time, I hated it so much. It smelled like stale Cheeto dust to me, and I bought two. I was so mad. I was like, what in the world? Everybody loves this candle. Why does it smell like fake cheese dust to me? And then I burned it and it was amazing. Amazing. I love it. That's currently in my rotation right now. I'm almost done with it. Thankfully I have a backup. Um I mean, now that I'm kind of past that initial like scent memory, um I can smell flower in here. It's hard to separate out the scent notes, but I think maybe it's just because I'm stuck on that initial impression. The Lily of the Valley is not nearly as strong in this one as it was in the Botanicals. There's a little bit of mint, but not overly so. Definitely freesia forward. And of course, dahlias don't have a note, so dahlias don't smell like anything, so it's not a part of this. Um, yeah, this is interesting. I really don't know. I definitely get the green leaves for sure, which is nice. I do love like the fresh green. This is interesting. I don't even know what else to say about this one, to be honest. I do pick up some of the individual scent notes, but my head is just so stuck on that initial first impression that I think I'm going to need to burn this to really be able to be objective, to be honest, because I like that was a strong initial reaction. Like it was like that scent memory just flew right to the top of my brain. Like it was the first thing I smelled when I opened the candle. So I'm gonna burn it and then I'll come back and give my thoughts on it once I've burned it for a little bit. I'm not so scared of it that I won't burn it. I think if I had to guess, I think I will enjoy it. Ultimately, I do love that green note. It is not a smack you in the face floral by any means. There's definitely a lot of greenery in there. Um, I think I will ultimately enjoy it. I doubt it will be something that I will absolutely always have to have with me. But I think I will enjoy it. Wow. Okay. That was not what I was expecting when I opened that jar. Okay, so moving along to the last one. I picked this one up against my better judgment because am not sure that I will love this one, but it got rave reviews from so many people that when I decided to pick up two instead of just one, because originally I was going to go with just the Midnight Dahlia. But then I decided, no, I'm going to give it a shot, and I am going to try this one as well. So this one that I picked up is Lilac and Lily. And again, I saw so many great reviews of this one, but again, from people who like florals. So we'll see here. This one is Lilac, Lily, Green, Floral, Musk, and Moss. So one thing that scared me from some reviews that I saw is the use of the word powdery. I do not like um, powdery scents. But to be fair, my experience with powdery scents revolves around Coven from Halloween. And that is an insane level of powderiness. Insane. It is really, really powdery. And plus the scent itself, I mean, it's the only candle I've ever burned that I just cannot be in the room with. So, but with that being said, I decided to be ambitious and give it a whirl. Kind of try something a little different. Okay, it's not nearly as powdery as Coven. So that's good. It's definitely powdery. I see where that comes from. It's definitely like a fresh, like baby powdery lightness to it, but it is not like I found Coven like overbearing. Like I'm being weighted down by the powderiness. I don't feel that way about this one. I definitely smelled the lilac and the lily. I mean, it's very those are very forward and pretty evenly balanced. I mean, this is a great like bath time relaxing candle. I think I will like it. Is it something that I will buy again? Probably not. But again, there's plenty of candles that I have really enjoyed and glad that I bought that I wouldn't necessarily buy again. I like candles not just because, I mean, obviously I want to love this, I want to like the scent. But there are plenty of candles that this sounds kind of dorky, but that I am glad to have experienced, even though they aren't necessarily what I would gravitate towards. I don't know, that sounds like I was so brave. I tried a candle I don't love. I mean, some people bungee jump, some people like jump out of planes. I apparently show my bravery by getting candles that aren't necessarily my thing. Um, but it is really fresh and not an overbearing amount of powderiness. There definitely is some greenery there as well, not as prominent as it is in the Midnight Dahlia. This is a true floral. Midnight Dahlia is a weird floral. That is not, and again, weird, I don't mean weird like bad, necessarily. I just mean it's not your typical floral. This is your typical floral. Um, yeah, it's nice. This would be really nice at Easter. And again, like it is something that I think I will enjoy, even if I only enjoy it once. Um, and I'm glad I gave it a try. It on Cold Sniff, it smells like it will be a powerhouse. So again, I'll try it and I'll see. This is probably not one. This to me, this is an Easter burn. I could see myself burning this around Easter. Um, Probably not before like March, April. Um, but I'm excited to give this one a try. I think even though I stepped out of my wheelhouse, I feel I'm glad that I did. I think that this one will be good to try. And I think that I'm hoping anyway that this will help me kind of expand my repertoire with candles because I tend to gravitate towards the ones that I've always loved. The scent notes that I feel comfortable with. And I've been trying lately, since I've been trying to be more intentional with what candles I buy. I used to be more like indiscriminate about it. I'm trying to like to get the ones that I know I love, but then also every now and then to buy maybe like one or two that I'm not 100% sure about. Because it's like I tell my daughter. So my daughter was the pickiest eater when she was little. She wouldn't eat anything unless it was goldfish or chicken nuggets. And one day she discovered pasta and Parmesan cheese, and boy, her life changed. And I told her, I was like, listen, you could have been enjoying this all along. And she was like, I know, but I didn't want to try it. And I'm like, well, so you know what? For her, it was Parmesan cheese, which by the way, now, like, I swear she needs to have like a piggy bank full of Parmesan cheese money because she will dump the whole container on her pasta. But that's neither here nor there. So for her, it was Parmesan cheese she was missing out on. And for me, maybe it's a lilac candle. I mean, I don't know. You never know until you try. And every now and then, I'm okay with shelling out $30 to try something new because you never know. You really never do. And this is what this is about, finding enjoyment in things. Finding something that you may not have picked to begin with, but something that you ultimately end up really enjoying. And why not? Why not? That's what a hobby's for. Is to enjoy, to have some time for yourself, to experience something that you're passionate about and to expand your horizons. So, on that sentimental note, I will sign off for now. Thank you so much for sitting with me. I know it's been kind of a long one considering there were only what 7 candles I went through. But I tend to drone on and on about random things kind of in the middle. So, thanks so much for sitting with me. Until next time. Bye.